welcome or welcome back to my channel where I talk about all things planning, journaling and stationaries. I just realized I am still in my traveler's notebook era and I have posted quite a few traveler's notebook videos in the past. So I thought I should just diversify a little bit. I am still in my traveler's notebook era, but also Hobonichi weeks is also picking up, and I wanted to show you how it's been. And since we are already kind of halfway through with the current lineup, so I want to share with you how it's been changing from my January intention. How is it? And yeah, this one unexpectedly is doing very well. To be honest, when I started January, I wasn't sure, but after 5 months, it's really coming very beautifully. I really like it, and yeah, so I thought I should just jump into it. So first things first, this is a Tragen cover. I have purchased it last year, so it's been like 6 months I've been using it. And yes, when I was about to purchase, I did debate whether I actually need a cover or not, but so far I like it so much. It's so nice, and I think I really made a good decision to get it. So if you are considering, oh, and now there's a red one and kind of like not a mint green, like rather matcha green ones, but I'm very happy with my black, very simple, and this will not pick up any, dirt along the way. So I think this was a good fit for me, and I really like anything neutral, so black is my personal choice. So yeah, this is the cover, Tragen, and what I really like about this cover is, yes, it has a lot of pockets, there's places to put things, but as you can see, I don't really put, like, there's nothing in here, there's nothing here, here has a stickers on that, but otherwise I'm using it not as much as, or I would say not the full capacity that it has. Or it also has a back pocket here, but that's also empty for me. But what I really like about Tragen cover is I like Hobonichi Weeks cover, this linen bind, and for many years I was carrying it just as this, and there was 2 years consecutive that I had some water accident in my bag, and it had ruined the front cover, but I didn't replace it, so they are still like ruined version sitting in my shelf. And at that point, 2 years consecutive, I was like, okay, I should stop carrying it as is to avoid the damage because it really makes me sad. But on the other hand, when I purchased the plastic cover, it's actually, I still have it, but I'm not really a fan of plastic cover. I feel like it kind of dilutes this gorgeousness. So then Tragen is a great choice for me. Or if you are looking for a cover that doesn't cover the whole thing, so you can actually enjoy the cover itself, this is great. Like every time I open, I get to touch this, feel this, and yeah, so I really like this one. And this is my Hobonichi Weeks Mega. Every time I choose Mega, I mean, if there's a choice of less pages, ample pages, I would rather pick the ample one. Not that I use whole pages, but I like the peace of mind that I can use so many pages without the restriction. And I normally use more than 80 pages every year, so it was for me to get the Mega. But of course it does chunk up a bit compared to the slim normal Weeks, but even so, this is still a tiny notebook, so I really like this one. So how I've been using Hobonichi Weeks since last year is that I call it an archive. So basically, this is not an everyday carry planner or like main journal that I use, but this is like capturing all the goodies from all the other notebooks that I use. And main purpose is that I was trying to find a way to use Filofax rings for my daily pages, everyday carry, but I do not like storing these used up pages, so I thought I would take the good meat from here, transfer it to here at the end of the month also, and then discard the pages to move on. And this one has the goodie as to keep it in a shelf forever. And this is my 9th year using this. No, I think it's 8th year, 9th year. I actually need to check. But so yeah, I'm very committed to using this. So yeah, this was how I decided to use Archive. So yeah, that's just to give you a background. This is not the things that I carry around, but I do touch almost every day these days. So that's why I wanted to come back with this notebook under the camera. So intention in January was that I would touch this notebook like once a month also, or like bi-weekly, just to update what, like looking at all the other notebooks I would update. But I actually enjoy touching this, so I've been touching almost every day these days. So this is my exercise log. I have an exercise log in my personal size, not personal size, pocket size ring, but this is like my really rough writing to just capture what I did or whether I went to the gym. And yeah, this is like a good motivation for me to carry it every day, but I don't have an intention to keep this forever, so I just transfer in a mini version. It comes here. And then the monthly is because I'm not using it on an everyday basis. This is like I normally fill it up as the month ends. And then the weeklies, these ones, so this year I actually thought about using it as my just fun mini journaling space. So I would put my day specific task or appointments for the day. I put my 3 good things. So this one I had the intention actually originally to touch this like a weekly also. So then I would look at my other notebooks and then just do the 3 good things for the each days. Note down what I ate, some notes from listening to podcast or reading some articles, and a weekly section. So this has been stable throughout 5 months. And of course there are some empty spaces, but that's just part of life. So yeah, if I'm too busy, I'm not really updating this so much. Or like what I realized is like when I actually have some extra moment, I would like go back, read what I wrote at that time, and then I do sometimes write in even like now. So then, you know, we still have a lot of time to use this notebook. So that's also fine. Some empty spaces, it can stay there. Recently, I'm back to listening to YouTube or podcast, so there's more notes. That's also nice. And yeah, I've been enjoying it like almost every other day just to catch up on this one. So this is how it's been. I think I will keep the same format moving forward. So yeah, this is already done, but I normally set up on a monthly basis. So if you are familiar with Hobonichi week setup, this is the empty version. So this sign has mini dots where you can easily do the line. So I put the first line just to divide the space. And then this section has an invisible line here. I do make a box for each day for the meals. And then I make a small square here for the weekly review. Yeah, I'm quite surprised. I kept up this weekly review every week. So moving into my dailies, I have shared in the past, but what I do is very simple. I normally set up a daily pages every morning on my ring side, and it is a very messy writing, and you know, literally I list so many things. I don't finish every things, but whatever got accomplished gets transferred into here. And original idea of how I want to do the copying was that by the end of the month, I would copy all the tasks that I accomplished to this side, because normally I keep like a month and a half-ish worth of daily pages on my ring planner side. So, you know, it was a nice way to, before I get them out, every information gets here. And that's how I started. Plus, at the end of the month, I also want to go through my camera rolls and then print some pictures, stick some ephemeras. That was the original intention. But as I am doing this, and maybe because I really like how it's turning out, I think starting from April-ish, I am updating this more often. So rather than waiting till the month end, I think I started like weekend catch up. So by the weekend hits, I jot down all the tasks from the week, and that's how. And then I started sticking more ephemera inside, and then I also noticed there can be some small journaling I want to do, so something started to come in, which is a nice vibe in my opinion. Like, yes, it is nice to just list up all the things I did, but it's not really exciting to go back and read all those tasks that I accomplished. So then, like, step by step, I started writing more inside to make it personal. So yeah, this is just a basic task at the moment. But as I print some pictures, or like now I see something space here, so if I want to write about April, it can come here if I want. So it was just supposed to be a task list in the beginning with addition of some pictures in the end. But now I am thinking if I can do a bit more journaling, not as journaling, it's just a memo, but putting down some my thoughts or how I felt as I stick the pictures. I thought it's gonna be a more interesting notebook. So yeah, I am quite excited about it. So May has just finished. Oh yeah, and I repurposed a little bit used notebook. I just decided to take it to office. So the cover that came with it, I just stuck it here. So yeah, I am feeling that this notebook is no longer just a task list, but contains a bit more than that. And yeah, I think it's a nice way. I mean, like, everyone has some idea how I want to use a notebook as the year starts, as the planner starts, but kind of developing the usage or the purpose as the year goes. And that's the beauty of using whatever you like. So that's how it's been. I really like it. So yeah, I think June also it will be the same. I actually want to print some pictures for May. I'm still like thinking in between. So there was time I said, okay, I'm gonna do some journaling, but then I was like, oh, but I might want to stick some pictures around. So as of now, I'm keeping this side very open. And then when I do print a picture, I put them wherever it needs to go. And then some empty spaces, I might do some extra writing if I want. And I like how it looks like in the end, just some writing here, sticking things, writing somewhere in between. So yeah, so to be honest, when I started my Hobonichi weeks this year, I was more into Hobonichi Cousin. I was more committed to using Cousin. So, this was like less priority, like using Planner as my daily carry and using Hobonichi Cousin as my daily journaling. And yeah, Cousin is quite a big commitment. So like this one was less priority in a sense. But now that the year is, getting into the middle, this is turning out a very good chunk of my memories so far. And I don't know, I just used Hobonichi Weeks for a very long time that I just like seeing my week in this setup. I mean, of course, maybe in the future I might, change things up a bit, but even so, I really like it. Yeah, I just wanted to share here how it's doing, and yeah, I just continue with it. No, new ideas, no thoughts coming to this archive system. So yeah, I just wanted to share how it's been, and let's see how it goes. I really like how it is. With some sticking pictures and sticking some ephemeras, not so many, but it is growing nicely. So exciting. So thank you very much and see you in the next video. Bye.